Hi, folks. Hello. Is this like the live stream from It's like it didn't want to happen. Rain delay. I set everything up on I have 3 studios. Okay, or none. Depends on how you want to look at it. Okay, I have my patio, where I prefer to be. I have my bedroom, where I often am, especially when my son's friends are here, because they take up a lot of space. I like to be the place where everybody can hang out. Anyway, hello. Took me a while. Everything got drenched. I went inside. I set everything up. I went inside to take a quick shower. I come back like 15 minutes later, and it's just dumping rain that I didn't expect. Everything was soaked. So we're getting a late start. On that note, I'll edit all that out, and I have to do something that kind of looks like I'm starting again. So not really ready yet. Let's have a drink. This is Vinny. Hello. Hello. Vinny belongs to my son, John. John Gifford Irwin, amazing singer-songwriter. Also top student. Vinny sits here and looks out the back door. He looks out the back door for us. For some reason, some people are ruined by this whole Goosebumps thing. So, all right, here we go. Let's start again. Hi there. I'm Linda K. Gifford. I'm the survivor of many years of childhood sexual assault, which is what we call it now. We call it assault. We don't call it abuse. And I even named my book How to Survive Childhood Sexual Abuse at first. And thank God we didn't go to print with that. We almost did. But it just dawned on me, I've been talking about it for a few weeks, but 3 or 4 weeks ago, it's like, duh, it's assault. Why are we calling it sexual abuse? Here's the deal. Words matter. Words matter. And I want to change the language that society is speaking right now. It's frightening. It's truly frightening. As a woman, and as a woman who feels highly qualified to speak on this because I was the one being raped by the person who was influenced by the way our societal structure is. He has issues, but he was also completely himself a victim. And I know this is saying a lot because I've gone into like wanting to kill him for years. I've gone into all this in other live streams. If you want to see those, there's over 30 live streams now on the playlists between lessons and deeper dives where I'm kind of pulling more together. This is Sunday school. So we're going to kind of get into it all, including society and spirituality and how it all fits together. So we are definitely still on the concept of orgasms as being super important for women, for everyone. And in answer to a message I got regarding, I can't remember the exact words, but it was just kind of just like a get over your obsession with orgasms. And I'm like, wow, what a sad indicator. To me, that's like that says everything I need to know and reinforces everything I am teaching and believe in. My CPTSD counseling is very sex specific because that is generally where we encounter a lot of PTSD triggers. And we get them all throughout other parts of our life. But the deal is, it's hard enough to be a sexual assault survivor, much less a childhood, repeated years of it sexual assault survivor, much less a groomed, which you seem to be interested in because I just did a live stream about that and it's going through the roof. So watch that. Go back and watch the one on grooming if you want to understand how it feels to be groomed, because that's what I was. I wasn't violently raped. I was groomed into being a little child mistress, whatever. So it's no, people are like, what, you want me to be scared of sex? Do you want me to have a bad sex life? Do you want me to toe some religious line? Whatever, because here's what happened. What I learned out of my experience and years of getting it wrong and trying to be what somebody else wanted me to be, and trying to, when it comes sexually speaking, to get them off as fast as possible, because I thought, that's what they wanted, and they seemed to like that just fine. I didn't get much argument, is what I'm saying, from the wrong people. My point is, it is dangerous. It is dangerous to strip away our own knowledge, not just our right to pleasure, but our knowledge of the fact that we are capable of pleasure. And here's the statistical fact, I will repeat it, and we're going to do this a lot. This is a big focus of the work that I do. So yeah, I'm laying it on the line because someone's like, you're going to keep talking about orgasms? It's like, yes, actually, I am. And the reason is because if a person is going to be giving their all to another person, they have to be getting something, I don't want to say back, but sharing something that is so intensely wonderful that it encompasses them both, that it's a shared experience, that it's not someone trying to get something out of the other one. Someone's not just, I'm drunk and horny, I'm hard up, it's a lonely old night, but I'm going to lay down with you because you're the one that's here. This leads to, a lot of marriages, especially conservative marriages, when you take abortion off the table and people raise their kids to get married instead of to have an abortion. Yeah, I'm a huge, advocate for early abortion. Even I have problems with abortion when you're getting past, 12, 14, 15 weeks. I do. But that is not my legal place to, when something is inside somebody else's body, to a viable point, it's none of my goddamn business. So, okay, getting in a sticky thing there, but that's not the focus. Focus is all of these problems happen because people aren't taught that their own pleasure is important. And as I talked about last week, that starts, or hinted that we were going to be talking about, that starts with self-pleasure. That starts with taking the stigma away and the shame away from self-pleasure, because you need to know what makes you feel physically good. And the other thing that really, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for. On that note, let's have a sip. It's wine, but you know what? I have on lipstick. So I like the straw when I'm online. I'm not so tacky that I drink with a straw when I'm not YouTubing. I just do it in front of the whole world that wants to watch because I'm more concerned about losing my lipstick. Lame, huh? Obviously, I've lost it. See my straw. And I wash them. It's plastic. I do paper mostly. These are old plastic straws. I'll never buy them again. But I've been washing this straw for. It's amazing how long what appears to be a flimsy plastic straw will last. But let's get back to the dangers of virginity. What made me think of this? Today I'm like, yay, Virgin Galactic went off. But it tripped my trigger, as it always does, because I hate the name. I hate the idea that virgin is special. You're special if you never had a penis in you. Guess what? People who save themselves for their wedding night and never had a penis in them might end up with a penis in them that they're like, ooh, I don't really like having this penis in me, or this person. Maybe we get along, but we're not sexually compatible. And guess what? That's a thing. Ask any man, I'm sorry, any person with a penis, if they, I mean, it's just a physical thing for them. It's got to get up, it's got to work, it's got to feel something, it's got to get off. Otherwise, they're walking. They may keep you, and that's what they'll do. They'll keep you as the wife and the good mother and the whatever, and they'll keep you by their patriarchal rules. And they'll say, but I'm got a couple drinks in me and I need some good sex. And good sex is associated with whorishness, with sluttiness, with tawdriness, with loose women, women of the night. My point is, we need to get a grip and get it all together and make a society where sex, including really good sex, the kind you want to keep having, sexy sex, whatever you do, is still considered part of a healthy relationship. You don't have to divide into two people to have both. And what sets this up, what leads to it, this is a deeper dive. And so we're going to get into society, and that's where I'm going with this. If you truly believe that someone has sex with someone, maybe they were drunk, maybe they're in high school, they're young, they're in college, whatever, they end up pregnant, but this is not somebody they want to marry. But now that they're pregnant, they're going to marry them because of their religion or their family or whatever. And now begins a lifetime of martyrdom. And when you spend your life martyring yourself, you look for ways to make other people martyr themselves. You're like, look what I gave up to be a good mother, to raise my family, blah, blah, blah. And then they put up with shit too. And then the men, and it's not just men, you can flip this. I shouldn't be so gender specific. I'm sorry. One or the other, the more sexually, I need good sex. If they're not getting it, but they don't want to destroy the family. You see what I'm saying? Why should we not teach our children that both things, a mind and a body connection, are important? And if and when they errantly, accidentally get pregnant, that can be stopped, because a baby is not a baby until it's a baby. And I don't mean until you pop it out. I mean when there's no heartbeat, when there's no electrical activity, at least that early, at least at a, and even then, when it comes to legal, that's my decision. That's my, and I've had 2 abortions, and I did both of them early, and I don't feel bad about either one. My kids know, and they're glad, because they literally would not have been here. The cards would not have aligned the same way, and they wouldn't be here. Every sperm is not sacred. Every sperm is not sacred. I can't remember the tune, but you know, Monty Python. Okay, it's not. You follow your beliefs, but at least, can we get over the idea that being a virgin is special? Back to the top. Okay, virginity. I was talking about how the dangerous nature of virginity. We're going to talk about the dangerous nature of expectations also. And we're also going to talk about, I kind of already did, the dangerous nature of not putting your own sexual pleasure first. So, having said a lot about that, we're going to start at the bottom. The danger of not putting your own sexual pleasure first is, A, you should know you should have it, because you're missing a huge part of life if you don't. B, your partners or partner, if you just want one, I just want one. I've had very few sexual partners. I don't want any more. I want bonded relationships. So what I'm talking about is not anything to do with promiscuity. In fact, you know, the people that think that they refer to losing their virginity as the best it ever was. You know, the first time is the best. I'm like, wow. Well, mine was horrific, as a raped 14-year-old being raped and sodomized on the same night by someone who had, not even him, his friend, When he found that out, then he also decided to repeatedly rape me for years because he was pissed that his friend got to me first. But as a person that has that experience, not to gross you out, I'm just saying you need to know where I'm coming from every once in a while. Okay, so let's move that offset now. I'm having a trigger moment. I told you what you do now. You don't. I could freak out. I could cry for hours, but I'm not. I'm going to let it settle. I feel a shame and a guilt, and I'm going to shake that off because it's not mine. Because I was 14 years old. You know, I didn't call the police. I didn't do the right thing, but I was 14 years old and I've been groomed for years. Shaking it off. See this? I'm doing my own trigger management. Don't go down the rabbit hole because I'm practicing that right now. I'm looking out the door. I'm looking at my buildings. I live here. I'm saying my name. To anybody that doesn't have PTSD, this may seem really weird right now, but I just got triggered by what I was saying. And so I am now talking myself down. I'm doing it out loud because I'm on a live stream, and that's something I teach. So when it actually happens to me, it's a teaching moment. So anyway, as I've said before, those of us who never had the choice, at least we didn't think we did, as to whom and when to lose our virginity to, it's very, very, not just deeply insulting, more than that, it's woundful, it's life stopping, especially if this person truly, unlike me, but I did at the time, if they have a deep religious belief that they need to be pure, a pure virgin for marriage. See why I don't like the name virgin? Pure, you're good. It's like, you know what you are? You're somebody with no sexual experience. You're someone that's going to marry someone that you don't even know if you're going to be compatible with. If you're not sexually compatible, you know what? You might stick it out because you've been taught to do that. And one or the other, you might end up cheating because you're not sexually satisfied. And that is part of being human, a huge part of being human. The biggest part of being human. A mental and a physical connection is the only reason for two people to get together and or to have children. Marrying someone for their looks, for their status, for their money, for their job, because daddy told you to, these things are pathetic and disgusting and bad and wrong. And I will get more death threats from Muslims who I very much love and respect so many, but there are some hardcore extremists that are going to come after me, and I'm going to get death threats from Christians, evangelists who think I am horrible, devil from hell. Bring it. Bring it. Because you know what? You have kept women in a state of not even knowing that they're capable of orgasms, and you kept men in a state of thinking that women are commodities to be bought and sold and traded, and that's just messed up. I'm teaching my children that they are they're fine on their own, and if they find another human being that they want to connect with and really feel it, and I mean feel it in their bones, in their psyche, in their mind, go for it. That's what everyone should be doing. That is why this is a deeper dive. I'm not just here teaching trigger management. If you thought that's what's going on, it is Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But today, I just want you to know how it all ties together, how I feel about it. It's hot in here. So the dangerous nature of virginity is putting this expectation on us and to be judged by if a penis has been in your body or not, whether it was voluntary or not, and especially if it was not. It's like they say, oh, well, there's an exception for you. It's like, no, you're unclean now. You've been taught that. Stop it. Stop it. So Virgin Galactic, I have a problem with your name. Richard Branson, I'd like to work with you, actually. I'd like to talk to you about this shopping platform, but I really think that Virgin Galactic is not good because I know you're saying taking on, opening new territory and a wonderful place, whatever. But virginity, you know what? People who say that the first time was the best time, I'm going to reiterate from earlier, that's messed up. You have a terrible sex life. If that's you, you have a terrible sex life, believe me, because the first time can never be that good because you, in a relationship where you're mentally and physically bonded, you grow and you grow and you learn, and your physical relationship becomes intensely, not a little better, intensely better. And if you wait to lose your virginity on your wedding night, not only do you not know if you really want to stay with this person, not only are you just like throwing your sexual pleasure into the freaking luck of the draw, but you're locking yourself into, depending on your social structure and religion, a lifetime. Do you want to do that to your children? Stop putting these expectations on our kids. That being said, I am not promiscuous. I don't want my children entering, or myself enter. I could not. I do not want to enter into a physical relationship. I have in the past. My count is low, but I've done stupid things. I'm human. I've done stupid things out of a false sense of need that created a sense of belonging that turned out to be wrong, whatever. It's okay to get it wrong. But intention, just like in legal proceedings, intention matters. So have good intention. Have good intention. So ditch the idea that virginity is such a great thing, okay? I mean, it's great in the sense that it's yours. It's a great thing of yours to decide what to do with. For God's sake, don't marry someone if you don't know if you can reach heights of bonded emotional and sexual pleasure together. Yep. Like I've said before, take it to the bedroom before you take it down the aisle. So the other thing, along those lines, well, everything, it all ties together, but it's expectations. The dangerous nature of expectations. I'm clarifying because this came up when I was talking with someone in my messenger, someone that I work with. And I was clarifying for them, so I thought I should clarify for you. I'll make it more brief. But expectations. I say, and I purport, and I even made it a step in my trigger guide, of which the acronym is SPADES. S, the shame is not yours. P, separate the past from the present. A, ask for what you want. That A, ask for what you want, does not in any way counter the concept of don't have expectations. I have high expectations, but here's the deal. I'm not going to tell a person what I want from them. I will, like sexually, I will in many ways, but I'm not going to tell a grown-ass woman or man how to behave emotionally, or what is kind and what is not kind, what is hurtful and what is not hurtful. If a person doesn't already know those things, it's great that if they can learn them, but I'm not going to waste my time teaching them. I don't want to be somebody's teacher. I want to be their lover. And to me, lover implies loving the look in their eyes, the walk they walk across the room with. I'm working with sexually active people who have CPTSD. So I have also, had to, and want to throw in a disclaimer for those who are not able to be sexually active for physical reasons, age reasons, whatever. I make this. I was going to say this doesn't apply to you, but it does, because it's not all about the physical. When the physical fades, in fact, it's not at all, it totally ties together. Having this emotional connection that is also physical makes it to where when the physical is no longer possible for whatever reason, the emotional connection is still so deep that you still feel a physical connection. It doesn't have to be sexual to feel a physical connection. I have a partner that's the best. I don't want to say the best, like a comparison. I have, for the first time in my life, a partner that I truly connect with. I've never had a partner I connected with before. I've been married and divorced 3 times. I'm very fortunate. I wasn't looking for anything, but I also knew what I would and would not accept. And that's where I'm going with this. Don't have expectations. Have standards. That's what it is. Don't have expectations. Have standards for yourself. I will only be involved with a person who is in tune with my basic emotions and needs. I will only be involved with a person who has a basic sense of honesty and decency. I will only be involved with a person who, while we don't pledge our lives to each other because we're, pretty new to this, we still have an agreement. I would not step outside physically of this relationship, but without telling you that I did or that I was going to. Basic, decent expectations. Basic decency shouldn't be expected. That's what I'm trying to say. It should be inherent. So only choose people that you don't have to teach and change and mold. If you have to keep telling them what is right and what is the nice way to be, make them a friend or a student, charge them maybe, but definitely don't devote your life to them. Definitely don't. So that's all I mean by expectations are dangerous. I have no expectations, but I have very high standards. I will only accept certain things, but I don't sit around expecting them. If I was doing that, then I might give them clues. I might say, hey, if you did this, then I would feel like this. I'm not going to give someone that advantage. Hey, if that makes me a bitch, whatever, but I don't think so. I think that is the way everyone should be. Why should you give somebody else an instruction guide? Definitely not a Scorpio. But don't give a Scorpio an instruction guide, because they'll be really good at checking the boxes. But if they're not feeling it in their heart, then it's worthless. So don't give someone an instruction book as to how to be a nurturing human being to you. But if you find someone that is a nurturing human being to you, and you want to do it with them, you're on to something. That's what anybody should pursue, and nothing else. That's what I'm saying. So, I think I've said it all. I'm going to say goodnight. Happy Sunday. I will talk to you Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, where we are going to dig deeper into what we talked about today, into self-pleasure, into the danger of labels like virginity and the danger of having expectations and getting used for it. Always ties in with avoiding narcissists because they love us. They get it. I know it's such a trending term, but it's just the gosh darn truth. People who, like us, are seeking, until you become enlightened enough to seek for yourself, you're trying to make somebody else appreciate you so much that you're not even realizing that you should be the one that's happy first. Because when you are happy, you will enact the law of attraction, and you will attract like-minded people, and you won't have to work to be happy together. My partner and I don't have to work to be happy together. It's the easiest thing I ever did. And I'm just marveling over that, because I did not know that. I didn't know anything I'm telling you until I experienced it myself. So I'm going to fast track it for you. This shit's real. Okay? So's life. So's the fact I'm going to go away now. For real. I'll talk to you Tuesday at 4. Bye. Sorry about the rain delay earlier.